What's up, guys? Welcome to another tutorial. So in this tutorial, what I have for you guys is a problem that was given to me by some of my mates, which are students from the university that I normally go to. Okay, so this was a program, this was a problem given to them as an assignment. So I was able to discuss it with few of them, and then we were able to come with a solution. So actually, I'm here to share this solution with anyone who will be interested in it. Okay. So this is a it is a very nice problem, and it would be very nice also if you will find a solution for it. So like here, so this problem was about a supermarket that wants to reward its best customer by showing the customers a name on a screen in the supermarket. So for the purpose, the store keeps, or for that purpose, the store keeps an array list, which is customers. So write a Java program to record the sale and return the name of the customer with the largest sale. So the program should prompt the cashier to enter all the prices and names and add them to a store object. So uh, and display the best customer's name. So use a price of 0 as a sentinel. Okay, guys. So I think that this program is really this problem is a problem that anyone can solve based on your understanding. Okay, because part of finding the solution is when you understand the problem itself. That's the time you will have a solution for that particular problem. Okay, so here the program make mention of very important area, which is the concept of array list. And I assume maybe some of you guys don't even know what array lists are. Okay, so an array list is also another type of class found in the Java library, class library. Okay, it is a very important class which you can use to which you can use to do so many amazing things. Now you heard of arrays, and then array list pop out. So there's a difference between array and array list. So the main difference is that array, the size of an array can be modified, and then anytime that you need to add an element, you need to increase the size of the array. Okay, but when it comes to an array list, it has a resizable um, size. The size is automatic, like you cannot modify the size. And then the array list class contain so many important static methods that you can use to to do what you need to do, but based on what you really need to do. If you want to add, there is a method that you can use. Okay, if you want to get an element, there's a method for that. So before starting the problem, I just wanted you guys to get a little clue about an array list. But as we are solving the problem, probably you will see some of those things that I've just mentioned about array list. So let's just dive straight into the program itself. Okay, so the first thing is we will need to, after creating your class and then your class name, so we will need to add probably a field variable. Okay, so the field variable I want it to be having a access specifier of private, so I'll call it private string name. Okay, so I am declaring the variable. Then down here, what I need is to add my array list. So I can say array list. Okay, so the first one will be a double to store the prices or the amount. So I'll call it double. Okay, so I need to give it a name. Okay, it is just like this is the type here, array list type, and the name comes after it. So the name here will be amount, or let me call it C amount. Okay, is equals to my keyboard is having an issue. Okay, it's called to new array list. So that's it. So here I need to add an equal to sign, what on my keyboard normally Steve. So probably I am struggling to add it, but that's not a big deal. I will go and get the equal to sign still and then add it here. Okay, that's it, guys. So here now you need to add, okay, so I just need to add the generic name here, which is the generic type is double. Okay, that's it. So we need to do the same thing for the customer name. So I will just say ArrayList, ArrayList. Okay, this is of type string. And I will call it CName, which is customer name, is equals to, okay, new ArrayList. And I will add the generic name, the generic type here, which is string. Okay, good. So we have already we have already created an object of the ArrayList class, and in fact, you know, since I'm using IntelliJ, so it automatically imported the class ArrayList from the Java class. So you can go ahead and then import it if you do not import it. So now this is our object, ArrayList object. So the first one will store the names, and then the second one will store the, no, the first one will store the amount, which is the prices, and then the second one will store the names. So then what is the next step? So the next step here is we are going to create, we are going to add another variable that's going to hold the largest amount or the largest price. So we call it largest price. So we will give it an initial value of 0. Okay, then the next thing is now we need to work with our methods. So we need to create a method that's going to set everything for us. So it will be of type void. So I'll call it set set seal. Let me call it set seal. Okay, because this one have to do with a seal. So inside here it takes 2 parameter, which is string name and then double amount. Okay, so inside here now what we need to do is, like, since we have already created an object of the array list for the amount and then the name, and then here we pass the name and the amount as a parameter. So we want to make sure that in the future whatever value we pass here, okay, whatever value we pass here, we want to store it in each of these array lists that we just created. So for us to do that, we can just call the object name, the array list object name, which is C amount dot. If I say dot, you will see all the static methods that are coming from the array list class. All have access to them because of this object. Okay, so the one that I need here is add. So the add here, it can allow you to add an element inside the array list object, which is the variable itself. So here I will just pass in the amount, okay, because that's what I wanted to store. Then the other one, CName dot. Let me just add the name there also. Okay, so now whatever name we pass in inside this method, it will be stored in each of these array list variables. Okay, so now the next step is, you know, as if you want to get the highest, like the largest amount, okay, because here each customer, you know, based on based on the amount that you spent, okay, on the products that you are buying. So we want to make sure we'll get the person that spend the largest amount of money. Okay, so to do that we can use enhanced for loop. Okay, so we can say, let's just give it a name as Eric, or maybe amount. Okay, double amounts. So in what? In the array list variable C amount. So here, in fact, I don't even need to do this. Okay, I'm just going to say, so you also, if you indent it inside the loop, it is still going to make sure that, it's going to show that like this particular section belongs to the for loop. So here, what do I need to do? I need to compare. I need to say that, okay, if the amount is greater than the largest price, okay, then what is the next thing? Now I want to take the largest price and then equate it or initialize it to the amounts. Okay, so it means now, like, if there are two amounts like 150, then if the largest amount is 100, then yes, the 100 is greater than the largest price, so which is 0 for this moment. So I will take that. So I will reset largest price to that particular amount. Okay, so this will handle that for us. Okay, now the next step is, now since we need to come out of the loop. Okay, we can just come here and click here. So right now we are out of the loop. Then we need to make sure that this field variable, which is name, string name, we need to initialize it to the so that it can get the name based on the index of the amount. So how can we do that? So we can just say this dot name. Okay, meaning I'm referring to the field variable which is directly outside of the method or inside of the class, is equals to. So I want to get the name of the customer, the particular index of the largest amount. So I'm going to say cname dot get. So if I want to get an element, okay, so inside the Java, inside the ArrayList class, I can use the get method. Okay, cname dot get, that it can get the element for me based on that particular index. So now I want to use the index of the largest amount as a reference, because probably since both the name and the amount is entered at the same time, so they will be in the same index simultaneously. So here I am going to say okay, c dot cname dot index of, okay, no, cname c amount dot index of, okay, here I want to get the position, so I'm going to pass there with the largest price. Okay, so this will, so here I am going to get the position. If the position is 1, then now it will make sure that it will use that one as a reference to get the name of that particular customer at position 1. Okay, so you have already seen three of the methods, inbuilt methods, that are coming from the ArrayList class. Okay, so now I want to concatenate it with what? I want to concatenate it with the, like, if I get the customer name, I want to also keep track of the amount, the amount of that customer, or the amount that the customer spent. So I'll just say largest price. Okay, so now we are done with our set. Okay, so this is our set method. So the next step is we'll work on our get method. So for the get method, we just say public string. So we are only interested in getting the name. So we'll just give it a type of string, and then since it's having a type, so it should have a return value. Okay, name of best customer. Yeah, so that's our method there. So now here it's going to complain because it needs, if you hover here, it will tell you, like, you need to add a return value or a return statement. So here I will say return. What am I going to return? This dot name. Okay, So I'm going to return this.NET. So now inside here, I want to add some print statements, okay, because I want to keep track of the um, of the values inside each of the array list, which is C amount and C name. So to do that, I can just say S out, okay, and then I want to copy it and paste it 2 more times. Okay, so now what am I going to do in my first print statement? I want to add this. Okay, probably I don't need this. So here, I want to add a string. Okay, now this string, it will be names. Okay, like names. So I will concatenate it with the names of the names that are coming from the array list. So I need this plus sign here. Okay, so I'll call it C name. So I will also concatenate it with the amount. So here I will say, so I needed to go to a new line. So I'll say prices. And then I will concatenate it with C amount. Okay. So here now I just need to do some little bit of formatting. It is up to you. For me, I always do this in my programming. Yeah, so I think our get method is pretty ready now. So the next step is we need to add a main method, because without a main method, your program will not execute. So I'll say public static void main. Okay, and inside I will say string array and then arguments. Okay, so since now, like, you know, the cashier have to enter the amounts, we need to use the scanner class here. You know, we are going to use it. So for us to be able to use the scanner class, we have to import it, okay, from the Java library. Okay, so to do that, we just come up here. We can call the keyword import, which is inside the Java utility package dot scanner. Okay, so now we have imported it, so we can create an object. So here we'll need 2 objects. The first object is this supermarket, because all these methods are outside of the main method. So for us to access it here, we need to create an object of this supermarket. But you know, we will do that later. So here, let's create an object of the scanner class. Scanner input is equals to, okay, my keyword is having a problem, so probably my equal to sign is, you know, Steve. It's called to new scanner. So I will just say system.in. Okay, system.in. So I'm just gonna close the program. So the first thing is, so I need to do something. Okay, I need to do something. There's 2 things that I can do. Okay, I need to create, you know, but we could still do that. So let me just go ahead and create this. So let me call it cost. You know, I'm creating an object of this supermarket class so that I can access the methods from the class itself. This is also new. Okay, so that's done. So, and then I will need to create a variable of amount or price. We call it prices. So I will give it 1. I will initialize it to 1, because, you know, with this now we can reset that initial value anytime we want. So we are going to use a while loop. So we'll say while prices is not equals to 0. While the prices is not equal to 0, what do we need to do? Okay, so we can just prompt the user for the cashier to enter the prices, or 0 to terminate. Okay, very good. So now whatever the user enter, we want it to be stored in a variable which is prices. So we'll call prices. So we will reset prices here. So we say prices is equals to input dot next double, because the type of prices is double. Okay, so we will add something later and you will understand why I need that. So I'm going to also do the same thing for the name. So I'll just say s out. So here I will say enter customer name or name of customer. Okay, but wait, I will need to do this. Yeah. Okay, good. Enter customer name. Okay, so when the customer name is entered, I want to store it somewhere. So it will be names. So I will say string names is equals to, okay, is equals to input dot next line, or next. Let's just use next, and you will understand why. Okay, if you use next line, probably there might be some little bit of problem, and you don't want that. So let's change this to customer. Okay, good. So now whatever the user enter, it will be stored in those two. So now the next step is we want to set the amount and the name. Anytime that the cashier enter, we want to set it. So for us to set it, there is a set method here that we just created. We need to call it. So for us to call it, we need to use the object name, which is cost, because that's the object name of the class itself. So if you say cost dot, then it will give us the methods that are present and the variable that are present, like the field variable that are present inside the class itself. So the one that we need is this one here. So we can pass in our name, which is customer. Okay, we can pass in customer, and then what? And then prices. Yes. So now we have set it. So anytime we set it, we want to get it. Okay, if we set it, now we want to get it, and for us to get it, we will get it outside of the loop. Now we want to come out of the loop. So that one we can just do this out. So I'm going to need 2 more print statements. So I'm going to copy this and paste it 2 times. Oh, my computer freezes. Okay, good. So it's back. Okay, good guys. So inside here, we're just going to print a message. So we'll just say welcome to let's say welcome to the supermarket, which is, in this case, I'll call it Al-Bihaq. It's a supermarket in my country here. Al-Bihaq supermarket. You can give it any supermarket name you want. It's up to you. So the next step is I will add a format here. Okay, you will see how beautiful it is when I print it out. Okay, and then I will add another print statement down here. So this one here, that's where I will pass my get method. Okay, so here I will add another format, which is just a message. So I will say the customer name is, or the best customer name is, and then I will concatenate it with the get method coming from the which is get best customer. So for me to access that method, I will need to call the object name, which is the supermarket object name, is the class object name. So here I will need this one. Okay, then I need to concatenate it with just a new line, okay, which is /n. I think that's all we need. Okay, sorry, this. Okay, so down here I will just copy this one here and add it here. This one. Copy this one, add it here. Okay, so the next step is we look for the box. So here is okay, but here there's a bug here. You need to add a + sign to fix that because we are concatenating. Okay, guys, so I think our program is ready, so we can debug it and make sure that everything is working. So we can do that by running the class. So we just come here and run. Okay, so let me enter the prices. So let's say 120. Oh, sorry, not there. Down here. 123. The name is Sol. 100. The name is Messi. 12. The name is Ronaldo. Okay, so maybe I just have 3 customers, so I can just enter 0. Okay, but for now that's not gonna work. Okay, so that's a bug we need to fix. So here it keeps on running and we don't want that. So let's go ahead and fix that. Okay, so I've stopped the program. I can come back here inside my while loop. Oh, I need to add an if statement here because we said while prices are not 0, keep on looking. So I would say if prices is equals to 0, then what happened? Terminate. So we use the break keyword. So this is gonna work for us now. So let's go ahead and run the program again. Okay, so but before that, I need to take care of something here. Okay, this one. I need it here. Okay, yeah. So let me run it again. Let me stop it and then run it. Okay, so let's enter the price. 23. So 400. Messi. 200 for Ronaldo. Ronaldo spent $200. Okay, so then maybe I only want to check for 3 customers, so I enter 0 to end the program. Okay, so you see. So now here, just let's have a glance. So the names are Sol, Messi, and then it returned, it returned the name with the highest. So the highest amount here is Messi. So the best customer name is Messi with an amount of 400. Okay, guys. So this is what I have for you guys for today. And hopefully you will enjoy this program. Okay. And then please don't forget to subscribe so that you will get an alert from me whenever I come up with new videos that interest you. So thank you so much, guys, and have a great day.